So today I had one thing planned and that thing did not work out. I'll be uploading a vlog either later this week or the beginning of next week about that whole situation. I was gonna do a gameplay because I do want gameplays to be a part of this channel, but in the vlog I explained the whole situation with that game. Long story short, I was gonna play Doki Doki Literature Club, which is kind of a big game right now, and for those of you who don't know, it is an anime dating sim that has a horror twist to it towards the end. And I'm not going to go into too much detail as to not give spoilers, but between technical difficulties and the actual gameplay, I decided that I will not be doing that, and I'll be uploading a video later explaining the whole situation. Anyway, I have this spot in my art room where I will usually put a painting whenever it is finished and dried. And I refer to that spot as the place where my paintings go to die. Because a lot of these are finished, some of these are not quite finished, but the majority of them are done and they go there in that corner of my room and they don't go anywhere because I don't really try to sell my art. I usually just do it for self-gratification. So I figured I just wanted to go through that little spot and show you some of the art that I've done, and not all of what's in the corner was included. One of the paintings was a piece of fan art that I have yet to send to the actual person's P.O. box because I painted it 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago I think, and I'm happy with how it turned out, but I've always just been too scared to send it because I don't want to get damaged in the mail. Also, big flashing disclaimer, some of these pieces are referenced, and I will tell you which one was referenced. Unfortunately, I no longer have the sources, the references. One of these paintings was something my mom approached me about, and she was like, I found this on Pinterest, can you make this? And I was like, yeah, sure, I have these giant canvases, I really want to use one. So the first one I'll show you is referenced off of another painting, I think, either that or it was just a photograph that was found on Pinterest. Unfortunately, I do not have the source anymore, but just big flashing disclaimer, like, some of these are referenced. It is frowned upon in the art world if you reference something and then make money off of it, or if you reference something and then don't give credit to the original artist. So I'm so sorry that I cannot remember the original artist and I do not have the original reference photo anymore. But anyway, let's get into it. So, this is the first one. This is by far the largest painting I've ever done. And it's probably one of my favorites. This is referenced. This was the one where my mom came up to me in fall of last year and asked me if I could basically recreate it. And I said, yeah, sure. I don't know what size this canvas is, but it's big. This was actually, you know, like I said, it's the largest piece I've ever done. It was actually also my first time working with glitter, and I'll see if that'll pick up on camera. Like, the light bulb has glitter, all the snow has glitter. These back here, I can't remember if I made them stars or snow. I think they're stars. But most of those, like the bigger ones, have glitter on them. The snow on the wreath is glittery, and the bow is glittery, and the snow at the bottom is glittery as well. And I really, honestly, I do really like how this one turned out. And this one doesn't always die. The rest of them, giving a quick glance, the rest of these paintings have all died. Like, they don't get hung up anywhere. They aren't used, they aren't sold. But this one does go up in the house just as decoration for Christmas and winter time, because here in the South we don't get snow very often. So it's just a really nice little holiday Christmassy painting that sometimes gets put up, but yeah. Next one, I can't really remember when I painted this. It was probably back in 2014, maybe. All these are done with acrylic paints, just BT dubs. But this one has collected dust. I had an idea of where to go with this. I think I was gonna do like the last unicorn or something involving this. Like, the colors are really pretty. I'm happy with how this one turned out. Like, it looks pretty good. It's pretty symmetrical for a heart for me, which is cool and all, and it has a little stray speck of paint on it. But again, this one is pretty much finished, kind of unfinished, but I think the original inspiration was I was going to incorporate the last unicorn into it somehow. I'm not really sure if I've even ever actually seen that movie. I just know there is a good bit of hype behind it, and I thought, like, hey, it'd be cool if I did something like that, because it'd be kind of just like a cutesy piece of art. But yeah, this one doesn't actually sit in the corner of death. It sits on my art desk, but it's still a dead piece. Like, it just sits there and collects dust. It's cute and I like it, and it could be like Valentine's Day art or something, but I don't know. It just kind of hangs out. Okay, this one was also referenced, but this one came from The Joy of Painting by Bob Ross. If you don't know what that is, I highly, highly encourage you to check it out. Bob Ross is an incredible artist, and he used to have this show, I can't remember what channel it was on, it might have been CBS, where he did 30 minutes and he did it in oil paints, and he would go through and list off all the colors he was using. He would tell you what brushes he was using, and you could paint along with him if you had the same supplies and everything. And one day I figured I would take a crack at maybe trying a little bit of that. Like I said before, this is actually an acrylic paint. Bob Ross uses oil paints, which dry much, much slower than acrylics. Acrylics are water-based, oil paints are oil-based. Oil paints take about 3 days or longer, depending on how thick you paint to dry. Acrylics can take a couple of minutes. So it took a lot of blending and going back with like a thin white paint and helping it do itself, but I do like how this turned out as well. Each episode of The Joy of Painting is about 30 minutes long. This took me probably 2 hours, maybe a little bit longer because I kept having to pause and then go back and do what he did, because with him being a professional, he was just a lot faster, and with oil paints it's a lot easier to blend quickly than it is with acrylic paints. So yeah, I do like how this one turned out. Even though I didn't paint the sides, I do usually go on the sides of my canvases, but not with this one because I was in such a hurry and trying to keep up with Bob Ross. But it's really pretty. It's just a nice little mountainside piece. It's really cute. So yeah, there's that one. This piece, I don't know where the inspiration came from. I think I painted this 3 years ago. Here's this one. I don't really have much to say about this one. You can just sort of, camera's this way. You can sort of take a look at it. Like, it's not bad by any means. Like, I don't dislike it. I really like the blending I did in the colors through the elephant teapot question mark. I think I had sort of like an Alice in Wonderland inspired theme, but it just turned out the way that it did, and it is what it is. And I don't know. It's kind of cute, but it's just kind of weird to me. Like, the blending and the colors is really nice and smooth. The cupcake is nice and detailed, but then you look at the teapot and you're like, okay, that's really flat and weird. Then you look at the teacup and you're like, okay, that's really weird and just weird and wrong looking. What happened with her? And then there's a lot of different smudges in this painting from where I like sketched too heavily. I don't know if you can see, but on the cupcake, like on the outline right here, there's like some pencil markings and stuff, but I don't dislike this one, again, by any means, but it's just another piece that died. I can't remember if I referenced this one or not, and if I did reference it, it was just to get, like, the drippings done, but I did this little panel of a glittery slice of pizza, which pizza is probably one of my favorite foods because I'm that kind of person. I really like how this one turned out. Like, I just like the little, I don't know, it's just a nice, simple sort of painting. The lighting's making it look weird, but it's just a nice little flat piece. I painted this one like probably almost exactly a year ago now. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's cute, and I like the heavy lighting on the outside. I debated for a while if I was going to do glitter or not, and I'm glad I did glitter, and the lighting is making it look weird, but yeah, there's that one. But unfortunately, this is also in the stack of the deads, because I have nothing to do with it, and it doesn't go anywhere, so it just lives there. These last few pieces, like all of those were very like subject sort of paintings, if that makes sense. Like there was the lamppost, and there's the painting in the woods with the deer, and like nature scenes, and the pizza. But these are all just like sort of abstract, I guess. This one, I started with blending the background, like the blue and the purple in it, and then I ended up putting the black swirls over top of it, and I was like, you know, that'd be really cool to like maybe paint a quote onto it. And then I never did, and it sits there, and it's dead. Maybe I should paint a quote on it now, but yep, this is just another one for the dead stack. I don't really have much to say about it. I think I went into this one with a different idea, and then I just did the back blending, and then I put the swirls on top of it, and I was like, that'd be cool to put a quote on it, and then I never did. So, yep, that one, I don't really have much to say about that one, unfortunately. Okay, this one, it's another abstract piece. There's no certain way for me to hold this because it's just an abstract piece. This one was a pretty simple idea I had one day. There's hair on it. I'm sure there's dust on it. Yeah. But this one, I basically just took some masking tape and I taped off everywhere you see white, because these were all white canvases. I taped off everything, and then I just took colors and I went in and I painted all the open gaps. Then I peeled off the paint and I outlined all of the colored shapes. Some of them have little weird spots, but again, I kind of like how this one turned out, but it is just, I don't know, it's just never found a home. It doesn't hang on the walls anywhere, and it just sort of hangs out in the dead spot. Looking at it, like it looks pretty cool, like it's not a bad painting, but there are spots, like, again, I didn't fully paint the sides, which I really hate that I didn't do that, but like on this shape, the paint is really thin, so you can kind of see the back. This is like a nick on the bottom. Could have used more blue there, but it's still kind of pretty. I guess from afar, it's nice. And then, last but I guess not least, I don't know which one would be least, but here's my hands over and over again. This was one I was in the middle of painting another piece. I remember now. Wow, I remember exactly whenever I was painting this. Story time, I guess. I was painting a different piece. I can't remember what piece it was, but like I have dozens of blank canvases ranging from like the size of the Christmassy post light canvas, that huge canvas, all the way down. I have a couple of like really small canvases. I have a couple dozen of them. Anyway, aside from that, I was painting some other piece. I was sitting at my art desk. I was watching Argle Fump, who is a YouTuber, do a playthrough of a Nancy Drew game, and I love Nancy Drew games. I was watching him do that, and I was painting, and I got the inspiration to do this piece out of nowhere. So I paused on that painting, and then I just started painting like different colors on my hands and sticking it to the canvas over and over and over again. And I'll get like a close-up shot. They overlap in a lot of places, but they have some pretty cool colors. Like this one handprint, the dark one, has like black and purple and blue in it. And yeah, again, this one was one that I was like, oh, you know, I could put a quote on that, and that might be kind of cool. But it never happened, so it's just kind of the piece. And obviously I didn't like solid paint on the edges, but I did like wrap my fingers around the edges a couple times whenever I stuck it on there. So, nope, that's just another one. I'm not unhappy with how it turned out, but it's dead. Just like all of its other friends, and it just sits there. So yeah, that's my art collection of dead, sad pieces. Hope you enjoyed it. If you aren't really an art person, hopefully you found some joy out of this, if you're even still watching. So yeah, hopefully I will be able to get out some gameplay type videos in the future. For now, I haven't said it here yet. I'm going to be doing Vlogmas the best I can. It starts on Friday, because it's December 1st. I'm going to try to film and upload a vlog a day. We'll see if that even happens. Because I try not to vlog unless something, not if something is happening, because most of my vlogs are me sitting like in front of my phone saying, like, I gotta film and I gotta edit, so here I am, world. But I'm gonna try to get, and they'll be short, like a couple of vlogs out throughout the week, or a vlog out every day. If that falls through and that doesn't work, then I'm gonna try to vlog once every single day and then put it in a week vlog and then upload it, so that counts, right? I don't know. I've never done Vlogmas. I don't know if there's actual rules. I literally just like Googled it and it was like, oh, that's when people upload vlog a day on Christmas season, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, if you like this video, feel free to do whatever you want about it, and I'll see you guys next time.